In New Orleans yesterday, a human skull was found padlocked to a dumbbell, meaning the suspect could be anyone except Lizzo. That was really good.
You liked it? I'm glad you liked it. In a new coming-of-age movie, children of ISIS fighters star in Boy Meets World Trade Center. We'll do Lightning McQueen and The Fall of Berlin. Do one about Chewbacca stops a sex trafficking ring.
When I went to the bathroom to go find her after, the stall door was closed and just her little shoes were poking out from the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And she had fallen asleep next to the toilet, covered in vomit. There's vomit all over the bathroom.
Yeah, sounds like the Wicked Witch of the Yeast infection.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
This is now, I think it's going to be the second or the third episode, depending on if I release that Justice Roundy episode. But we are here today
Yeah,
with...
fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Isn't he the worst?
Yeah.
Well, we're here today with Anne.
Anne? Did you fuck my name up on purpose?
No, I didn't do that.
You've done that so many times.
You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to shave.
Well, it's too late.
It's too
fine.
late?
They're
We
not
can
going to see
stop
it. It's not in 4K.
Oh, that's true.
Who cares? We're not stopping so you can shave.
All right, well, shave.
If you stop to shave your face, I will stop and shave my vagina right now.
Good God. Please don't.
Exactly.
Not in this house.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never gave me your last name. I think, do you give out your last name now, or?
I guess I'll say it
Okay.
here for the first time. An exclusive.
Ooh, an exclusive. Let's say it.
Klick?
Klick?
Yeah.
That's not real.
Klick. Swear to God.
Oh.
On
yeah.
God.
So you're a Jew
Polish.
whose last name has two K's in it?
It's my stepdad's last name.
Oh.
If you want my birth name, Beasley.
Beasley? That's better.
Yeah.
I like that. That's like Harry Potter stuff, you know.
Weasley?
But Beasley. It's like a bitchy Weasley or something.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
checks out. I've had like 6 name changes in my life legally.
You've
So
been
that's
married
why I
3
just
times?
no, I just had a lot of dads.
Oh.
So
That's funny.
yeah.
When did your mom ever come around and be like, you know what? I think we're gonna stick with our name on this one. I don't feel good about this relationship.
Nope.
Never,
No.
not once. She just tripled down and quadrupled down.
Well, she doubled down. So
Oh.
Beasley was my first, and then Klick was my second.
Mm.
But those are both dad's last names.
Oh,
Yeah. The last one stuck, so we're good.
gotcha.
But then probably not, but if I get married, it's gonna have to change again.
Yeah,
So I'm not changing it. It's just Mesa on stage.
Gotcha.
It's done. Yeah.
So would you ever like if you were gonna get married to somebody, you'd have to run this whole game of being like, I'm not gonna change my name. This is my name of my family.
Yeah, I'll just pretend
Yeah.
to really care about like
Yeah.
I did everything with my last name. I'm not taking
Yeah.
yours, which I don't give a shit,
Right.
But
Which name like did you have the best part of your life in? You know.
oh, definitely not Beasley.
Definitely not
Probably
Beasley.
Klick. Yeah. Truly Mesa. It's not even my last name, but it's been the best part
Should
of my
change
life.
it. Mesa's a good name, a good strong shitty town name.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a strong, shitty town. Lots of addicts and cholos and.
Is it just me or were the beers a bad idea?
I think,
I think the beers were a bad idea.
I think it's bad for you
Yeah.
because you had.
Zero
Why don't you
sleep.
tell the listeners why you haven't slept?
Why I haven't I'm not going to do that. I didn't sleep because I was singing to my girlfriend last night. Just let it sit. I know there's awkwardness. Everybody's like, look, it's something I do. So I don't even know why I told you that.
Well, he has overalls on, so it's.
Yeah. I was singing Always
Yeah.
Late with your kisses. Won't you come to my arms, sweet darling, and stay?
It's crazy that this took up so much time that you didn't sleep.
I was an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah.
And she loves it.
Yeah, she does.
I asked Nick to describe his girlfriend to me. He just said Catholic.
Yeah, I did.
That's the craziest way to explain someone.
I just said Catholic. Yeah,
Seems like a nice young lady.
yeah, she's all right. She's
Yeah.
a good gal, you know?
But having someone sing to you is probably one of the most awful things. But I also have no soul.
Yeah.
Or like kindness inside.
I don't know why she likes it. She just likes it. And at this point, it's a thing that we do. So I can't really be like, I don't want to do that anymore because my friends are making fun of me.
These
you
are
know what
like
I mean?
intimate details. Another exclusive.
Honestly, it would probably been better for me to say gross stuff.
Do you think if she lived in this state, you would still be
We would still be. You can't be asking me these questions.
Singing to her?
I don't know. Probably.
I think you probably not.
She wouldn't be awake.
There's better things to do if she lived in this state.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Does she think you're funny?
She's extremely supportive and no.
Really?
Yeah, but nobody in my life that's a woman thinks I'm funny. Other than maybe you.
I was going to say, I'm
But
kind of a woman, and I think you're funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Woman. But yeah, I tell my sister jokes all the time, and she goes, I don't like it. It's like, okay.
She like you?
Yeah, we're like best friends, you know, me and Morgan.
Morgan.
That's my sister's name. Yeah.
Speaking of siblings,
What?
I'll tell my story.
Tell your
just to make
story.
you feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I feel awful right now.
Well, Nick was like, hey, do you have anything embarrassing you want to tell? And it took me a second. And I was like, I want to deliver. Like, if I'm going to be on this podcast
Yeah.
and I'm going to say something horrible, I want to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
I've never told anybody this except the person involved.
Okay.
One time in high school, I was dropping nudes.
No. Where did you find them? You pick them back up?
Mine. I was dropping them on all the hoes.
Oh, gross.
Just one. And unfortunately, my brother on accident. I airdropped because you know when you can like choose a photo, click the arrow,
Yeah.
and it'll pop up with like the most recent people you've texted or airdrop.
No.
I accidentally hit airdrop, but the airdrop was under my brother's name, and I ran to his room, like barged in, took his phone, and he was like, it's too late, it's too late.
No.
And I was like, no. It was so horrible. It was,
my God.
that is truly one of the worst things that I've ever
Yeah,
done.
that sounds horrible.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm disassociating right now.
Yeah,
again.
you need to never talk to him again.
No.
Make up a story about how he's a deadbeat and you hate him and that you don't talk to him and never
I
tell
didn't
him
talk
that
to him for like a week, and I felt
Yeah.
so bad because it wasn't his fault, but I was like, I cannot look
Yeah.
at you. And like,
story.
yeah.
Did your mom or anybody else find out?
No, fuck no.
God.
No. My mom would have beat me.
Well, thank God you at least put your face in the photo.
The worst part is I don't think my face was in it.
And he still knew?
Yeah.
That's worse. You know what I mean?
Well, it's our bathroom.
Oh,
And I lived, like, we were
yeah.
in high school. We still lived with our mom. So, you
Yeah.
know, he's familiar with the environment.
Shit fire, man. Well, I'm glad you told that story. I don't feel as bad now
Yeah.
for singing to
So
my
now you
girlfriend.
can't cut that because you don't have
I'll
to
cut
cut
it
that.
all. This will be a
No.
5-minute pod. Like, hey, my name's Anna. My name's Nick. Bye. That's what
Burps, screams.
it'll be.
That's it.
That's going to be the name. Burps,
Burps
screams,
and screams.
nudes.
I never know where you're from. You tell me, just like you can't ever process what my name is, I can't
Yeah.
process where you're from.
Jessica?
Jessica is the craziest one.
Yeah. I really thought it was Jessica for a while.
No.
I don't know. I'm bad with names. I forgot my own dad's name one time.
Do you know your birthday?
Yeah.
I feel like you're one of those people that doesn't know their birthday.
I know my birthday.
Just the looks of you.
I forget the years sometimes, but I know it's 1998.
I'm older than you? That's crazy.
Yeah, we've had this talk.
Oh.
Remember we had that conversation where I was like, how old are you? And you were like 27. I was like, gross.
Oh, yeah. Ew, icky. Well, I think
Ew.
I maybe blocked that out, too.
Oh, yeah. Trauma
tend-
response.
I tend to just laugh and then never think about it again.
Right. That's a good way to go, you know?
Just
But
like that
also-
nudie thing. And then I brought it up today.
Right.
Yeah, that one was dug out for sure.
Is it your younger brother?
Yeah.
If I was your younger brother, I would bring that shit up every time I wanted something. I would be like, I need $20. And you're like, no, I'm not giving you it. And Anna, you owe me. You can never repay for what you've done to my pure eyes, you know.
Yeah, if he was smart, but
Yeah.
I think I ruined his brain with that. So
Yeah.
just made him retarded forever.
I don't know if you guys had this too, but did you and your siblings like band together against your parents?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Selectively, though.
I love that. That was my favorite part of childhood. I love my parents, but at the same time, we didn't narc. We weren't narcs, you know. My
You
older
and your
sister
siblings?
was a bit of a narc, but not me.
Do you have all sisters?
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense.
That's why I sound and act like a woman, you know.
Is my hair okay?
Is my hair okay?
I need a
Everyone
shave.
hates me.
Yeah.
Do I stink today? One thing I stink.
Can we stop it so I can shave?
Yeah.
That's the worst one.
Well, look how gross it is.
No one can see it.
I'm clearly not taking care of myself. Rude.
No, well,
but also. Yeah. But yeah, me and I can't remember what happened whenever I was a kid. There's one really good story. Oh yeah, this is a fun story I like to tell. So me and my sister Morgan hated each other for the longest time, and me and my older sister Lauren would basically bully her.
Yeah,
like, we'd be
that's
downstairs.
a good alliance.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be downstairs playing video games. We'd be like, "Go upstairs, Morgan. You can't be here with us." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Oh, I just want to hang out with my siblings," you know.
No.
And then Lauren, my older sister Lauren, ran off to Alaska with her husband at like 18. And that's a whole other thing I'm not going to unpack. And so then it was just me and Morgan left there, and we're kind of like, hey.
So you were forced to build an alliance with her?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then whenever I think I was 19 or whatever, mom still didn't knew that I drank or anything like that. My buddy Kyle, who's actually my roommate right now, came over to my house, and my mom and my sister are notorious for being like heavy sleepers.
Okay.
When they're asleep, you can do whatever you want. You can play whatever
do
loud
whatever you
music.
want to them?
Yeah. I will say that one time I was playing a harmonica at like 3 a.m. in my bedroom, and she was like, for at least an hour, and she woke up and she was like, "Stop doing that," and then I stopped doing that. But so she's a heavy sleeper. Me and Kyle downstairs just drinking like a bottle of Jack Daniels or something gross, or maybe Evan Williams, and we made a bunch of drunk food too. We made bacon with cheese on it, with like I don't know, eggs, bacon, and cheese, I think is what it was. It was greasy. It was awesome. And Kyle leaves, and I was like, dude, I think I might have drank too much. I might be a little too. He's like, you know what I do? I always drink milk. I drink milk to.
Is that why you're addicted?
No.
Okay.
I've always loved milk. But like when someone suggests milk, I'm like, oh, okay, well, sure. Yeah. He's like, that's what I do whenever I need to sober up. And so I was like, okay. And he leaves, and I just chug some milk real quick, and I don't even make it to the bathroom. Like it's already coming up, and I'm like, and thankfully I don't get it on the carpet, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's all in my hands, and then it's in the toilet, and now it's everywhere in the bathroom, and I'm like, shit.
Ew, into the hands?
Yeah. It was gross.
Oh, I have a story about...
There's more.
Oh, God.
Oh, don't
Okay.
worry. There is more. So it's all gross. You know, there's bacon bits everywhere.
Ew, fresh bacon too,
Yes.
because you just ate.
And basically, I think to myself, I've got to clean this up somehow, or else mom's gonna find out. So I do what I consider to be a top-notch job. Everything is put together. I don't see nothing. And then I almost went to bed, and I thought to myself, oh, the smell. I got to get rid of the smell. So what I honestly thought was like, I can get in trouble for spraying too much Axe. I can't get in trouble for drinking. So I just opened up an Axe can and just tossed that bitch in there and shut the door.
Like a grenade?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
And so then I went, also, I have to mention this part of the story too. I used to whittle in the house. Like I had a little block of wood, and I would whittle. Yeah.
You?
I might still have the elephant here. I was like a little elephant that I was making.
Like a little prisoner.
Yeah, pretty much. And so I would always have like wood shavings everywhere, and Mom hated that.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up in the morning, and Mom comes in, and she goes, "Were you whittling in the bathroom? That is so gross." Oh my God, Nick. And I was like, I wasn't whittling in the bathroom. Like, are you freaking high or whatever? And then it came to mind whenever I was like, I was whittling in the bathroom, actually. Yes, I did do that. I walk in there. There's just bacon bits everywhere. And I'm thinking, kind of smells like walnut. Somehow puke and whatever Axe smelled like walnut, and I swear on everything that was the exact smell that I smelled. And I was like, that's crazy. And I don't know if mom knew what was going on, but she was like, what's going on? And Morgan comes in and she's like, what is this? And Morgan was basically like, oh, it looks like shavings, like wood shavings, you know? So she just had my back the whole time.
Ugh.
And I asked her years later, I was like, you know, those weren't wood shavings. She's like, no shit, I knew those weren't wood shavings. And I was like, oh, I thought I pulled the wool over your eyes.
No,
there.
not with women. Never.
No, not with women.
Not with women in bathrooms. We know what's up.
Mm.
My favorite part about that story is that you're so country that you just kept referring to your mom as mom.
Mom!
And then mom came, not my mom.
Yeah.
My mom.
Man.
And then mom came down.
Yeah.
Vomiting is like, I do it maybe, I think I've only puked like.
After every meal?
Yeah. You got me there. I think I've only puked like 3 times in my life because I'm so fucking terrified of vomit.
Yeah.
But my best friend in high school, we went to her cousin's wedding. And I think I've told the story on my podcast before. I'm not sure. But I'm going to tell it again because it's really gross. And it's not my story to tell either, which is the best part.
I love those.
Won't name drop her, so it's fine. But
Sandra.
yes, Sandra. We'll just call her Sandra. Sandra and I took our first hit from a bong when we were 15, right before her cousin's wedding.
That's a bad idea.
And I was like sucked into this. You know when you have those high school friends, you just do everything with their family?
Yeah.
Like I just went to some stranger's wedding with her. It was her cousin. And it was at a Catholic church. So we hit the bong and just walked across the street to the Catholic church. And we sat down. We were kind of late. So everybody started walking down the aisle already.
Yeah.
And she turned like that shade, like that green.
Oh, she got greened
like,
out?
So green. Like her face just turned green. And I was like, don't. I knew she was going to throw up while people were walking down the aisle. And she took her own purse and just started vomiting into her purse as her cousin's walking down the aisle.
Gross.
And her whole family's looking at us. And my eyes are like bloodshot because we didn't know that you could like put eye drops in or anything. And her mom was like, it was so fucking nasty. And then she went to the bathroom to continue puking because I was like, get up, go. But she was so high, she just didn't know that she could like move. And I found her I sat through the entire ceremony by myself, the highest I've ever been in my whole life.
Wow.
And then with strangers, didn't know any of these people. Half of them didn't speak English either.
Uh-huh.
It's Catholic. You can put 2 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to the bathroom to go find her after, the stall door was closed and just her little shoes were poking out from the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And she had fallen asleep next to the toilet, covered in vomit. There's vomit all over the bathroom.
Yeah, sounds like the Wicked Witch of the Yeast Infection.
Yeah. There was bits everywhere. It was so bad.
That's so bad because, like, not only are you around strangers, but then you're at, like,
it's someone's wedding.
Exactly.
Like, her cousin now remembers that forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because you only get 1, 2, 3, or 4 more of those, depending on how good of a partner you are.
Yeah, he'll probably have like 3 more. He's
probably.
Fine. Yeah.
That is crazy.
And the only time I've ever violently thrown up was 3 miles deep in the Grand Canyon. Have you been in the Grand Canyon before? Okay, there's a trail that you can do that just goes down the hole.
Okay.
And at like 1.5 miles, you just hike down. It's not like a through trail. Like you hike 1 mile down into a hole, a pit.
Okay.
No service. No one's around. And I'm with my friends. And I just start projectile vomiting. And
why?
Because I got altitude sickness.
Oh.
And I didn't think that could happen because I was going down in a canyon. But I got it from like Flagstaff in general.
Gotcha.
And then I didn't stop vomiting until like 6 hours later in the Grand Canyon. So now I fucking hate the Grand Canyon. Like, I will never go. It's disgusting. I don't care about it.
So, wait, you vomited for like 6 hours straight?
Yeah, like while hiking, trying to get out of the Grand Canyon.
Hiking already sucks.
Yeah.
You're walking, it's hot, and you're sweaty, and now you've got to puke on top of it. How did you not die? Shouldn't you have died?
Because I was like 16. You're invincible when you're 16.
That's true.
You can do that stuff. If it was now, I would not be here
right
today.
That, I don't...
This would be a podcast in memorial of Anna.
Memorial of someone I never
Of
met.
Anne, yeah.
But yeah, I always hated puking too. Whenever I was a kid, I think I was like 4 or 5. They had Sunny D back when Sunny D was all the rage.
Everyone has puked from Sunny D.
Yes.
Just FYI. Yeah.
That was the first experience I remember puking, and I hated it. And I said, I'm never doing this again. And from the age of like 4 or 5, I don't remember, to I think 19, whenever I had that other one, I never puked. I never puked once in my life because I would, anytime it came up, I would just say, "You're not puking. You're not puking." I would just use mind over matter.
Yeah.
And eventually, it'd always go away. And I don't know where to go with this.
D, though.
Not with the Sunny D.
Sunny D and Fireball. I feel like everyone has a story.
I've never had Sunny D and Fireball, but
no, I just mean separately.
Yeah.
Like I have puked up Sunny D as a child on a kayak. That's probably one of the only other times I've.
What is it with you and water and like?
I don't do well moving in general.
My.
You know, like movement every day is difficult.
Yeah.
I'm just sensitive, I guess. I don't know.
Do you have motion sickness?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's not good.
I make myself car sick when I drive. I just I wrote a bit about that because the other day I was like, why haven't I written a bit about this? Because I genuinely feel like so ill when I drive myself around because I'm such a horrible driver.
That's how my sister is. She gets car sick really easy. I still remember several times she pukes very easily.
Yeah.
She ate a bunch of Pringles on a road trip. And
the most vanilla food.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing funky going on with that.
I still have this memory of us like getting right up to the place we were going and her just puking. And then me and my stepmom Sherry and Lauren get out of the car. And then I watch my dad just skirt out of there, just to like a gas station to go grab stuff. That's a fun memory. It felt like Tokyo Drift. And it was a Honda Civic too.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry, it was a Honda Accord.
Putting the whole family in a Honda Accord and drifting it.
Yeah.
Sick, brother.
But that's the memory I have. I don't like puking. I don't want to puke ever again.
I know I can't, like, it's funny to joke about me having bulimia. I know, I get it. It's funny, but I cannot imagine actually having bulimia.
Yeah. Well, what about anorexia? You can do that.
Anorexia is when you, just, like, force yourself to stop eating. Like, you say no. Yeah. Bulimia is puking.
Right. You can do both, you know.
I could probably get used to bulimia if we need a...
I think I'm accidentally anorexic. I think I'm just too lazy to eat.
Yeah, because the whole, like, setup of this pod, you were like, I don't know why I didn't fucking eat. I'm like, you still eat. You could do it right now if you want.
Sometimes, yeah.
But you got beer and milk.
And if there's calories in here. Oh, it's a light. That's why I drink heavy beers. But yeah, I don't eat a lot. I think it's because I hate eating.
Or I think you might be anorexic.
But I hate myself because I'm smaller. I want to gain weight.
Really?
Yeah. I would want to be fat. I've always said
how fat do you want to get?
I want to be, I don't know.
Like
I just
Tim
think
Dillon fat?
I think it's better to be Tim Dillon fat than it is to be Tony Hinchcliffe skinny.
Interesting.
Because when you're Tim Dillon fat, you have to take up space.
As a comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or even just as a person.
I feel like comedians can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how fat or ugly you are, it makes you funnier.
Right.
Like any physical disadvantage as a comedian is better.
And I'm just too damn attractive.
I know,
you know
you're
what
just
it is?
those overalls got you like snatched right in the waist, you know?
Snatched. I got that one time whenever I went to Paso Robles.
What is that?
It's a little wine town in California.
Oh, it's a place? It's a town?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a bar.
I'm probably not saying it right.
No,
I went to
I think
Paso
I was
Robles.
just fucking so uneducated.
But we did this show, and this lady kept telling me, she was like, you know what you're doing with those overalls. I was like, haha,
Whoa.
yeah.
Whoa.
And
was she hot or was she old?
She was older than me, but she didn't
Was
look
she
it.
black?
No.
Oh, okay.
She was white. But she said it enough times to where I eventually had to be like, I actually don't know what I'm doing with this, and now you have to tell me because
Really?
I don't understand what you're saying. She goes, basically, you're wearing them because they make your butt look good. And I was like, God damn, you know?
That's why I thought maybe she was black, because black women are like very forward with that stuff.
Yeah, no, she was white. She was a lesbian. That's what it
also
was.
very forward with things. Yeah, white lesbian, black woman.
But also, what is a lesbian commenting on a man's butt for? You know?
Well, to be fair, from behind, you can look like a lesbian.
Me?
Yeah, maybe that's why she thought.
Oh.
Maybe that's why she was like, she's checking you out before you turned around. You got like a
Yeah.
lesbian haircut from the back, which really is just any man's haircut. And then you got like a dumper in overalls, and she thought you were another butch.
I have never been more offended and complimented in my life.
I'm just.
I don't know
just
what to
reading
be
a
mad.
room.
No, you're right.
I imagine though, if you get hit on, you just start spiraling.
I do.
I want to
Yeah.
watch it.
When I get hit on, I go, oh, it's the same thing as when people come up to me like, hey, man, I thought you were really funny. I go,
You just start spiraling.
oh, yeah. Well,
But like,
I don't make any eye contact. I just do this the whole time.
people probably think you're such an asshole.
People think I'm autistic.
That's better.
Densmore
Yeah.
has told me that several times. He goes,
Like Downs or autistic?
I don't know what he means, but I drank a Red Bull the other day and I was like, God, this is making me more tired. How is this making me more tired? He goes, that's a sign of like
Okay,
ADHD or autism.
Yeah.
And he goes, Nick, I think you're autistic. And I said, I'm not autistic. Mm-hmm. And I do have family members that I'm certain of are autistic.
Well, yeah, because you're from the South.
I'm from more north than here. What are you talking about?
I don't know
I'm
where he's from,
the
folks.
Midwest, Missouri.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. But
I thought Missouri was in the South. When I say that I'm very uneducated with
Yeah.
like where things are.
we couldn't tell by the drop tines, I'll tell you that.
The what?
The drop tines.
This?
You don't know what drop tines are?
No.
When a deer has, it's a deer reference.
I thought you were talking about my hair. I think
Yeah,
I need
I am
to go
talking
back
about
to
your hair.
school.
So when deer have antlers, right? And eventually they have a mutation that some of the antlers go downwards. Those are called drop tines.
So this is my mutation.
These are your drop tines, yeah.
Wow.
Damn, dude. Nobody
I
knows
feel like
about
this
drop
is
tines.
me getting educated the whole
Yeah.
podcast.
What do you want to know about country people? Because you clearly know nothing about.
What was I saying before?
What were you saying before? Are you going to finish that?
Do you want it? Or
I want
I
another
feel like you
beer.
should eat first.
Yeah, but I kind of, like when you drink one beer and you're like, man, I could really use a second.
Yeah, it's called alcoholism. I got it.
I'm not an alcoholic.
No,
though.
I said I got it.
I mean, Missouri is like this weird thing where, if you ask me about the South is right here, right? But I think it also goes right here.
Wow.
It covers over Iowa and Missouri, and then it leaves Illinois out, and it leaves Kansas out. Because Kansas people, also girlfriends from Kansas, the worst people.
Don't cut that.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I say that to her all the time.
So she lives in Kansas right now?
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
So I got drafted to do the whole professional rugby thing, and I went from
I
Austin.
thought you were talking about war. I was like, what?
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing too, is whenever I got a call that I got drafted, and the guy, this asshole, just opens it up like, hey, just calling to let you know that you just got drafted. And
I thought you meant like they do that only in Missouri. Like
no.
men from Missouri get drafted to war because
Yeah,
that
they
would
say,
make
"Take
sense.
these fucking retards
yeah,
out of
it
here."
would make sense to me. Oh, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of autistic people in the South.
Yeah, because it goes
That's-
undiagnosed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll get to the pro rugby thing. I always like to throw that out there. But
Every episode you should do that.
Yeah.
You should drop it every episode.
just know I played pro rugby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my cousin Ryan, love him to death. He's literally my favorite member of the family.
Okay.
Because this is how he talks. And I swear I'm not being mean. This is my favorite person. He'd be like, actually,
This.
yeah, I don't know. Well, Sarah. He does stuff like that. It's beautiful and amazing. And when
It's
he was
sweet.
a kid, all he would do would eat peas. Like, it had to be frozen peas, too. It couldn't be peas out of a can. It had to be frozen peas. He was very particular. He just went to France, and he was like, yeah, they don't have any
Are
food
these
here
frozen?
that I like.
Yeah. No.
You went to the culinary capital of the world, and you didn't want any of their food because...
French food is ass though.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's horrible. Like if you've grown
That's
up
supposed to be great.
here,
You ever seen Ratatouille?
I do think that was in Italy.
Tomato. You know?
I do feel like I know more about Europe than our own U.S. Probably. Never been there either. But
That's
anyways,
so white woman of you.
I know. Trying to keep everything pure.
That's funny.
What were we talking about?
Talking about Europe.
Okay, so your cousin.
Oh,
French
yeah.
food is ass, though. I don't
French food's
blame him.
ass.
Like, if I went to France, I'd have a fucking fit.
Really?
Yeah. It's just, like, a lot of cheese, a lot of breads.
What's wrong with that?
It's fine, but then when you go and have a full meal there, they're like, this is... Like, one time I went to a French restaurant for, like, a special occasion. And I ruined it. Like, I ruined it so bad.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about it later. But I was like, this food is ass. It's $35 for, like, whipped salmon on a cracker. Like,
what is whipped salmon?
So I thought it was salmon that would, like, come on something with cheese. But they took the cheese and the salmon.
And combined it?
So it's just,
Genius.
like, whipped. Like, you know the whipped cream cheese?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but it's, like, salmon.
Yeah.
And it tastes like the bottom of the ocean. Like, just the floor of the ocean.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought you were talking about, like, they, like, punishing the salmon. I think I've had too many beers.
you kind of got into that too.
Bam.
Like your eyes, and you're like, oh damn, whiz.
It's like, why are
salmon?
they ruining these salmon? You know?
You started spiraling right there.
Mm-hmm. But
That's very Missouri of you.
yeah,
I got it.
Want to talk about fish? Let's
Yeah.
go fishing.
Smacking fish around.
yeah, that's got to be a euphemism for something. Speaking of which, we all know a person named Fish that hates me.
Oh, you want to bring this up now?
Because I'm a woman, damn it.
I don't think Fish hates anybody.
Oh, I didn't tell you that story?
No, you did, but then I was like, how does that mean that he hates you? Because you're a woman and I'm a man.
True. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk
Because
about
every
it anyways.
time you say something like that, I go, that actually doesn't make any sense.
And I go, can you just listen and stop trying
Can
to
you
fix my
just
problem?
stop trying?
Yeah.
Can you just stop overreacting at everything? My check engine light's been on for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
No worries.
That's a woman thing to do.
No, it's a man thing to do.
I mean, technically my check engine light's still on,
See?
but I know what's the problem.
The other, well, I do too. I got the code red and I
What
went,
is
nah,
it?
it's an EGR cooling problem.
Your coolant?
No, like the cooling system,
Oh.
but it's a diesel car. Not to get into it and bore everybody,
Bored. I like cars.
but I did a lot of research on Reddit, and they
you
want.
are a man. This is awesome.
No, I know. I told you. Yeah. I told you. Because I was like, I am not spending money to get my car professionally fixed. There's
Don't
no
do it.
way.
Never do that.
No. And they love. I walk in there and they're like, it's time. It's
We're
time to
making
take
money.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, not today. And I wanted to know enough to where if I did take it somewhere,
Yeah.
I could be like, this is the issue, blah, blah, blah. Don't fuck with me. And, and so I did all this research on Reddit, and there's just soot up in my engine, pretty much.
There's soot from like an
Because
oil
it's a
leak.
diesel. Yeah, and there is an oil leak.
Yeah.
So then I topped off the oil, and I got the instant oil leak stop stuff
Right.
and put it in because
That
my
never
oil
works,
pan is
so.
cracked. We'll see.
It doesn't work.
We'll see.
All right. we'll
Great
see.
reviews on Reddit.
Really?
They said to do that first before you fix your oil pan. I'll be here. Did you ever listen to Car Talk when you were little?
No.
Okay.
Car Talk was me listening to my dad and my uncle talk about cars.
Yeah, there's also no way they had this in the Midwest because all of you guys are pre-programmed with that in your brain. But
Not me.
my grandma, for some reason, she loved talk radio and like SNL and stuff. So everything, like she was listening to podcasts before there were podcasts. There were just like talk radio shows about fucking nothing. These dudes would just talk about nothing, and that was Car Talk.
Okay.
So like I feel like when I was little, I just absorbed so much of that shit, and I was like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, that mean everybody should know how to fix their car. It's not that hard. I mean, you get screwed over by mechanics like you were talking about earlier. My sister was about to scrap her car one time.
For no reason.
She
What
was
a
like,
woman.
well, the mechanic said the transmission's about to go out in the next 1,000 miles. Then I drove it around for like 10 months,
Yeah.
you know, and then I hit a deer with it. So, but I got more time out of it.
And then it fixed.
No, it was total the damn thing.
It did?
Yeah, dude.
You've hit a deer
Yeah, I
like
hit a
that
big deer.
hard?
Yeah, dude, I hit this deer, and it was, I think, like you can see where I hit it because you can start to see fluid come down. Where the fluid starts,
Like blood?
it was no the deer
Oh.
body was every bit of, not 100 yards, like 50 yards in front of it.
Did you take a picture?
Yeah,
Can I
show
see
it to
it?
you. Well, it's fucking
Oh,
recording
fuck.
on my phone.
Can you insert it right
I'll drop it
here?
here.
Large?
This is also gonna be the title screen. Anyways.
Just make sure I'm looking in the right one.
But yeah, the problem with my car right now is I had to replace a wheel bearing on it. Did I tell you this already?
Nope.
I had to replace a wheel bearing, and I didn't do it right because there's like the ABS sensor connects in.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't clip it in, so whenever the thing was turning, it rubbed off on the wire. And so then I had an ABS light come on, and so then I got a warranty on it, put a new one on, and I still had the ABS light, and I was like, what the hell? Well, whenever it was dangling down there, it had wiggled out one of the wires. Mm-hmm. So now I've got to take out the, what do they call it? The harness, the wire harness, and replace it.
Yep, totally.
But I don't want to do that because, one, I don't want to spend the money, and two, I don't mind the dinging every once in a while. The problem is I just have to get my car inspected, you know.
It's hard being a woman, huh, Nick?
And also, I'll probably have to cut this because I just got my tags.
You what?
I just got my tags.
Why do you have to cut it? No one's going to care.
The DMV might care.
The DMV is listening to our podcast?
If the DMV is listening to our podcast,
then
I'll go to jail.
there's a different problem.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
That's a good point.
Unless one of our friends sends them a direct link, which I could see one of our friends doing that.
I could see a few of our friends doing that.
Yeah.
A fella,
Care to name drop?
Matt Delgado.
Yeah, that would be a good one
Yeah.
for Matt Delgado to do.
Be like, yeah, I thought they'd like it.
Yeah. He
Hey,
would.
that's how he does. He goes, hey.
Or I feel like that's a good one for Anthony to do too.
No, Anthony's not.
Send your shit to the DMV. That's exactly what he would do. What else? Oh fuck! The other day I was at a mic and Matt Weir was like, we were talking about my check engine light, and he's like, "Oh, so you're just a dude? You're just leaving it on until you blow white smoke?" And I was like, 100%.
But I don't know. You think it's time for jokes?
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to do jokes? Okay, cool. So again, I reiterate this every time we do this. I got this idea from Norm Macdonald, but it was my favorite part of his show, so I don't think it's that much of stealing because I don't see anybody else doing it.
Well, he's
that
dead.
much.
So.
He's also dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at us both putting our hands.
It's a professional podcast.
Who's gonna feed the hogs?
Ah,
That's my Norm impression.
that's my burp.
That's a bad burp.
I know.
But yeah, so the handwriting is bad. I'll warn you.
So do you want to go first? Because
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on.
I'll go first. So these are basically just jokes, like they about the news and stuff like that. I'm not very good at writing them yet, but that is also why I'm doing this. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to start with.
Don't overthink it. Your new podcast name should be Nick Overthinks.
Nick overthinks, yeah. We'll start with this one.
Overthinking with Nick.
An Australian billionaire has proposed a new aid system for Gaza. The solution? Lots of gay guys and mosquitoes. That's one way to end the war.
Yeah.
They're not all winners.
I thought that a lot of people in Gaza might already have AIDS. So.
Really? Why would you?
I did think that Gaza was in Africa for a split second. I don't think I know a lot about the map.
You gonna read a joke? What are you doing?
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your
Okay,
turn.
sorry, I just started spiraling. Hunter Biden was just found guilty of felony gun charges. Joe Biden responded with, "Rich kids are just as stupid as black kids."
You know, because he said that one thing.
Yeah. Got it.
White kids are just as
Smart as poor kids.
smart as poor kids or something.
Something like that.
A dog is a man's best friend, which is why I refer to all my homies as dogs. And also why I don't trust them to shit inside.
Oh. A Baltimore area teacher is accused of using AI to make his boss seem racist. AI being the name of his one black friend. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that one. By the way, I'm saving all my good ones for the end. Because whatever.
Do they know that I didn't make these? Are yours, right?
You made these.
Oh, I made these.
One of those you made.
Yeah,
One of those you made.
Oh yeah, it's just like how
Yeah.
all of
You'll
my
know the one that you
all
made.
of my jokes are ghostwritten.
Yeah. You'll know exactly which one you wrote. An article online said, psychologically, what you do when you're younger is what you'll want to do when you're older. Which makes sense, because when I was younger, I always used to play in the sandbox. And now I'm obsessed with beach bum pussy.
Well,
Sandy box. Yeah.
At the North Carolina Aquarium, a pregnant stingray with no male companion has been diagnosed with reproductive disease called single motherhood. Shout out
Tragic.
to my mom.
Yeah. Israel vows to press on in Gaza despite a lack of resources. If only they had a guy that could turn 7 loaves of bread into 7,000 bullets. But they killed him. Killed him dead.
In New Orleans, I can't say New Orleans. In New Orleans, yesterday, a human skull was found padlocked to the. I can't read my own handwriting. What is that?
Dumbbell.
To a dumbbell, meaning the suspect.
Say it all again. I'll cut it.
In New Orleans yesterday, a human skull was found padlocked to a dumbbell, meaning the suspect could be anyone except Lizzo. That was really good.
You liked it? I'm glad you liked it. In a new coming-of-age movie, children of ISIS fighters star in Boy Meets World Trade Center.
It's trying to spit take.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a long one. The Malawi vice president was killed in a plane along with 9 other passengers. The pilot responded with, "Man, sorry, did I do that?"
So, you wrote that?
The youngest pilot.
No, that's the second. It's another iteration.
Oh, yeah, I forgot my.
The other iteration was the youngest pilot in Malawi history is in hot water after a plane crash led to 9 dead passengers. The pilot responds, "Masawi." Did I do that?
Masawi.
It's so dumb.
No, that's good.
My plan was to have you read that and go, God, you wrote that? That's horrible.
Yeah.
But then I actually
then you
laughed.
laughed at your own joke.
Think about how stupid it was.
Imagine that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, shit.
That felt like the weekend update.
Yeah.
But I couldn't read.
It did feel like the weekend update.
May I
Is
give
that
you some
stealing? Should I
feedback?
stop? Yeah, give me some feedback.
Can you write bigger and in pen so I can see?
First off, that is pen.
Or other guests can see? That's pencil. There's no way.
No, it's not. That's the pen right there.
That's pencil. Yes.
Oh, that is pencil.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like the equivalent of me being like,
I
I know
know
what 3 inches looks like, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a female. I know these things.
Yeah.
That's pencil.
Okay.
Nick just gaslit me.
I did. I've been gaslighting
On
for a while.
Camera. I went to a plaza today called the Gaslight Plaza. It's a real place.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a shopping center.
Is it lit by gas?
No, there's just a lot of.
It's just called Gaslight.
It's just the Gaslight Plaza. Mm-hmm.
For no reason.
No, there's a bookstore in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Bunch of gaslighters. I don't think I know what gaslighting really is, though.
You don't know what gaslighting really is?
No, I have like
I feel
a
like
vague
you're gaslighting
idea.
me right now by
No, I
saying
have
that.
like a vague idea of it, but I don't really know what it is.
I
Because
don't
people
know.
love to throw around that term,
Yeah.
and what's the other one?
Well, you know where it comes from originally, don't you?
No.
What's the other term they throw around, though?
Trying to think of it.
Well, while you think of it, I'll tell you the story. So it comes
I'm
from
a piece of shit, so I don't know.
It comes from an old story about this guy back in the old days. Whenever their entire house at night was lit by gas or like the little lamps,
Okay.
and so basically what he would do is he would go around to all the lamps and he'd just slowly turn them down one by one. And he would tell his wife would be like, "Is it getting darker in here?"
Gatekeeping. Sorry, that's the other one.
Gatekeeping's the other
Sorry.
one. And eventually he'd like, no, it's not getting lower. And we'd keep turning it down slightly.
That's tight. Yeah.
Keep turning it down slightly until eventually she went insane. She's like, I know. He's like, I don't know. It's not. To me, it looks.
So it's just
the
a good
exact same.
prank.
Yeah, it's
And
a
then
good
this
prank.
bitch was like,
Well,
this broad.
This fucking
She had to
women.
ruin it.
God, you are a man. This is so fun.
Yeah. So I'm drinking. I think that's too much work for me personally. I have so much going on right now. I could not also transition into
Yeah.
be a man.
You can transition to be a man with butterfly tattoos also.
Oh, plenty of men have butterfly tattoos.
They
I could be
shouldn't.
like an androgynous.
Oh no, what am I? You have to guess. I don't want to guess. God
Harry
damn it.
Styles kind of looks like that, right?
Yeah, but Harry Styles a devil worshiper.
Yep. Because he's gay.
He's not gay, is he?
He's bi.
No way.
I think so.
Wow. I don't understand. I don't understand why you would be bi. You know?
Okay.
You got-
Let's get into that.
You know what I mean? Like you either like If men are your thing, men are your thing.
Are you talking from a female standpoint or a male standpoint?
From a male standpoint.
Okay, yes, because I've heard this argument.
I understand why you would be gay. Because obviously women suck. You don't want to be around women. And they're annoying. And you get to hang out with your best buddy all day. That makes sense.
You
Plus,
can be inside of your best buddy all day if you want.
Gross.
See, you're not gay.
I'm not gay.
Yeah.
I wish I was, though. My life would be way easier. But I wouldn't have
You're
to talk
just
to
a
my
door
fucking
away.
girlfriend at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they're yappers for sure.
they're yappers. But then, like, you're bi, so you just... I think all that bi is that you're just a freak, and you just have no... that's what I think.
Go for it.
That's my opinion. Now, my opinion is usually right, so we should take that into consideration.
Right. I understand. I think it is harder for men to be bi than for girls, for sure.
100%.
Because girls, it's like, spring break, I kissed this girl, whatever, and then everyone just like lets them be bi.
And they go, I get it, because girls are pretty.
Yeah, because girls are pretty. And then but also it's the, okay, this is graphic. Women is like this. But dudes, you have to do this to another dude. You have to like go inside.
There's no way it's actually like this.
Well, it's just like, you've seen Barbie dolls. I mean, you've seen a vagina, right?
Yeah.
So it's like just mashing, You're not like fully
I didn't think
penetrating.
they actually did that.
What are you talking about? How do you think lesbians have sex?
I don't know. I thought like hands and dildos.
Just go on Pornhub later. A lot of it is like fingers and dildos, I'm sure. But like the female anatomy, you're not going inside of another female. Like it's not that aggressive.
Yeah,
right?
but I don't think they're actually doing that. How does that feel good?
Because you don't have a clit. You don't know. At least I don't think you have a clit.
I don't know.
You might be growing a clit recently.
Yeah, or my wiener's shrinking. One of the two.
Yeah. Well, there's microplastics in your balls. But I do think that it is more aggressive to be bi as a man.
I agree.
It's great. Like, you have to really want to fuck a dude to get in there.
I had an old joke about that where it's like, like if you want to be a lesbian, you can be a lesbian. If you want to be a bi woman, you can be a bi woman.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a bi man,
you're gay.
You're gay.
Yeah. 100%.
That's how society.
That's fine. And I feel like it is way more intentional to like fuck another dude, but lesbians, or not lesbians, girls could like literally slip and just
like, oh no,
have sex, But like dudes have to like, you have to go into another's butt. Like you have to.
They have to sit in an operating room and they have to plan out this procedure. You know what I mean?
Strategies. Yeah. It is like, it's.
I don't know. It's just, it's weird that it's repulsive. You know why I think it's repulsive? I don't think it's repulsive because gay stuff is completely wrong. I think it's repulsive because sex in general is gross. But for whatever reason, your brain bypasses for the one that you need. You know what I mean? So that's why gay guys get kind of grossed out whenever women do stuff, because sex in general is
it's
gross.
Aggressive and gross.
And that's kind of my opinion on sex together.
Sex is icky?
It's gross. It's like I have this out-of-body experience every time where I'm like, what am I doing here? I don't like this. This is weird. I'm not asexual or anything like that, because I'm definitely very attracted to women. But also, it's like the fluids, the sounds, there's too much. There's too much.
See, that's where you...
Also, I'm going to have to fucking cut this. If my mom sees this, I'll be... Dude.
You're a comedian. You're just going to have to let it...
I don't know how to do this. I don't know.
You're going to have to just let it happen. Your mom's not going to get into 45 minutes of this podcast.
I'm going to put a disclaimer right now.
Mom, stop.
Stop watching.
And if she does, you are, what, 26?
25.
25? You're a 25-year-old man. You
Yeah.
can talk about a little bit of sex. However,
you don't know
I think
my
it might
family.
be more embarrassing to come out as asexual on this podcast.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I think that's the most manly thing you can do is to look a penis right in the eye and go, not even hard. That's what I think.
But what if you are hard?
Then you got to really go home and think. Go to Catholic church and...
Get it out.
Yeah. Get it out.
Smack it out.
You got to ask for forgiveness. You know?
Interesting. Oh, no, I do want to... Before we end...
Oh, we're not going to end. We still have Fever Dream to do.
Oh, okay, well, before we get to that, I want to talk about, or just tell them how I met you, which
Oh.
you clearly do not remember me
Don't
being there,
remember.
which is funny. We were at the patio, or on the patio at Devil's Advocate in this booth that like neighbors an alleyway with a lot of homeless people in it at any given point. And one of them just like threw a bottle of liquid at us.
Oh.
And Delgado is there, and Justice, and you, and
Yeah.
me. And we got covered in like
What I thought was
mystery
bum
liquid.
piss. Yeah.
It could have been. It didn't smell that bad, but it was like warm. And it got thrown at us on the patio.
I still think about that. That actually, I knew it was water. But in my mind, I just couldn't get it out.
Yeah,
I was
but
like, it's bum piss.
why would a bum throw water at us?
Exactly.
Because now you don't have water.
Well, you know why he threw it, right? Because
No.
Andrew Orleano was on stage and he said some shit about homeless people. And
No, he said some shit about, he was talking about how funny it is to watch his friends get hurt.
Oh, really?
Something like that. It was something like against his friends.
I thought he was talking about homeless.
And then he was like, look, it just happened because we all just got like kicks.
Oh,
But
that's
maybe
right.
he started talking about homeless people and I missed
After that. He
Yeah.
probably did it after that.
Yeah. But it was like orchestrated so perfectly. I thought Andrew paid the guy in the alleyway to do that to us. Because I was like, you motherfucker.
Well, I just felt, I couldn't even do my set. I just felt so fucking yucky.
It was really funny.
I was like, I can't get this out of my head.
It was such beautiful timing.
I still think about it. I don't know. This just it just freaks me out.
So now we have to do Fever Dream, right?
Yeah, if you want to
Okay.
do it. We're
Yeah.
gonna pause real quick because
Do we have
I gotta write some shit down. All right, we're gonna speed round Fever Dream because she's got to go to work. So I'm gonna give you 2 topics.
Okay.
How far is your work, by the way?
Like 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to do a story about. Let's see here. We'll do. Who's that car?
What?
The car.
The car?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Lightning McQueen. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do Lightning McQueen. And the fall of Berlin. He takes down the wall. Maybe this is a bad idea. I can always cut it.
Okay, well, in the second Cars movie, many of you don't know this, but it's the prequel to Cars, and Lightning McQueen was involved with the Nazis. And he that's why he's red.
Mm-hmm.
And before he was Lightning McQueen with a lightning bolt, he was Lightning McQueen with a swastika.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know that much about the fall of Berlin Wall, so I'm kind of struggling here. But that's in the Cold War, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like the 80s. So then he had like over 100,000 miles on him. And he was just really starting to like think about his life. And as time went on, he was like, you know what? I don't want to be a Nazi anymore. I want to help the people of Germany. And so he went over there. He repainted himself.
Yeah.
He just really got behind the good people. He got on the good side of Germany.
Yeah.
And he said, I cannot be a communist any longer. And he just drove through that wall.
And then what did he say?
And then he said, I can't say it. I was going
Mr.
to
Doc Hudson.
give a good
tear
old Nazi
down
salute. Yeah,
Oh.
Mr. Doc Hudson. Well, he didn't know Doc Hudson yet.
Oh, that's true. Doc wasn't
This
even
is a
born.
prequel.
We're speed running this. Damn it. I can't believe the time didn't work out very well. I'll do one real quick about. Damn, dude. How is 2 beers doing this to me?
Because you
I didn't eat
are a
at
woman.
all. I didn't eat at all. I work
Women.
too much. I don't get paid for anything that I do. But anyways, I'll do one about Chewbacca. Stops a sex trafficking ring.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a story about how Chewbacca stops the sex trafficking ring. A long time ago in a galaxy pretty close by, Chewbacca was
So
flying.
retarded
You know,
already.
he's just he's just driving this Millennium Falcon without Hans because he does whatever he wants. Hans gets pissed about it, but what's he gonna do? He's a Wookiee. He can tear him in two.
Yeah.
So he's just flying and flying around. And you know those signs? You know those signs you see on the road that's like XXX girls or whatever? You don't really like them, but you just see them.
Mm-hmm.
And they catch your eye. Well, he was flying and he sees XXX Earth. You know what I mean? And he goes, these gross, awful, disgusting Earthlings horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he goes, I'm just going to come down here to condemn these people, And he gets down there. There's none of that. It's just a place. But what he doesn't realize about Earth is that him being a big furry creature with all the belts and stuff like that and all that, there's that puts him in two camps for people. Now, some of the people want to murder him. The other people want to fuck him. That's the furries, you know. So he just keeps running into this problem of people shooting bullets at him and just like lunging their hips at him. He's just wild, massive. He's like, I hate these people. What's going on? This is great. He stumbles into a bar, and he says, "Is this bar friendly? Am I bar friendly?" And he goes, "Yeah, no, we're cool. We're not like those heathens out there. Those fucking country bumpkin and furry liberal pieces of shit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now those two dichotomies.
He's getting it from both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they say, no, we're normal people here. And he's talking to the bartender. When he's looking at the bartender, and things just seem off, There's a liquor bottle out of place. There's people standing around. Every once in a while you see some. But it makes sense because he's a big Wookiee. So it's like, people are going to look at him. But it happens enough times where he goes, whatever. And he looks at the bartender, and he sees underneath his collar a little bit of fur. He says, "Hey, what's that?" And the guy goes, "Oh, it's nothing." Guy rips off his clothes. He ends up being a furry. And so now all of a sudden he's surrounded by a bunch of furries.
Undercovers.
Undercovers. He's like, God, no. And he runs to the back of the room to escape from them. And what is there? A sex trafficking ring. And he murders them. And that
is You were so in it.
I know.
You were setting place.
Yeah.
People.
I've been researching storytelling so that I can.
And you have no sleep, so you have an advantage over me.
Yeah, because I basically am having a fever dream right now. Mm-hmm. But I knew you had to leave. I was gonna have more story in that. He goes back there and he meets a fella, and that fella takes him a place, and he's like, "You're the only person I can trust," but can he? Because that person happens to be a good-natured sex trafficker. And he goes,
a lot
"I
of
got
mistrust."
Yeah.
And
That's
lies.
the best thing about
Furries.
stories is mistrust.
Yeah. I wonder if my camera's still rolling right now.
God, we never even checked. Let's check real quick. Mine's still going?
Oh, yeah, mine's still going.
All
It
right.
says low battery.
All right, so we're going to cut everything that I just did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this has been fun.
Yeah.
Um,
It's been very fun.
yeah. This is the second episode of Painfully Mediocre. We've had a great time, and we're here with Anna Mesa, or Anna Klick, whatever you want
Yeah.
to do.
Well, now it's out there.
Anna Klick.
Thanks for bringing me on Nick Overthinks. I had a lot of fun here
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of exclusives came out today.
Yeah.
You're pansexual or whatever.
I'm not pansexual. I like women. I'm not asexual. That's what it was.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. And thanks for the afternoon beer.
Absolutely. Anna is one of the funniest women around here. Now, that's not a high bar.
There's like 4 of us.
Yeah,
so,
there's 4.
yeah.
So she's the top of the worst. So that's whatever. But anyways,
Painfully mediocre.
Painfully Mediocre.
Yeah.
That's why I named
Here
it
we
this.
are.
But yeah, this has been fun. Thank you for being here, guys. Put a comment. Do whatever. Subscribe. I don't give a fuck. Bye.
Bye.